All right, so it looks like Edmentum doesn't have a way for you to insert that the grid with the trees of the deforestation. And so let's go ahead and do it through Google Docs. So you just click on, go to Google, go to the 9 dots right there, and then just click on Docs. And let's go ahead and open up a new one by clicking this plus sign. And then I'm going to close this right here just by clicking on the arrow. It just gives you a little bit more room. And so what we want to do now is just go ahead and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger here because I'm going to put right here year one. The reason why I did that is because right here, you can see the instructions where it says year one. And so that's where we're going to start, right? Year one, there's a total of 4,500 trees in your forest and no deforestation. So again, year one, and then we'll put that right here at the top where it says year one, and then I'll hit enter. And I'm going to make this smaller right here. We'll go down to like a size 12, but now we're going to insert the grid, right? And so you just go ahead and go to insert here and go to table. And you can see every time you highlight one of these little squares, the number changes at the bottom. So we want a 5x5 grid, right? So we're going to go 5 across, and then we're going to go 5 down right here. And now you have your grid, right? That's all you got to do for that. But we want 2 different colors, right? So let's go ahead and just fill in all of these little cells right here. You just highlight them like that. You go to these 3 dots, and then you click on this little icon. It's a paint bucket, and you do background color. And then let's just choose this like light gray right here. And so we've got that so far. Whoops. So let me click down here, just hit enter. And so what I'm going to do right here is we'll do the colors. So light gray is untouched. And then we'll do dark gray is deforested. And then we'll do right here 180 trees per block. Right. And so you may be asking, like, well, where did that 180 trees per block come from? Remember that the instructions say you start off with 4,500 trees, right? So you got that 4,500, and then you got to divide it by 25, right? Because you have 25 little cells inside 25 of these little cells right here, and each one, how many does each one of those cells hold? And so that's how you got that number, right? It's just the 4,500 divided by 25, and that's how you got this little 180 right here. Right? And so you have year one, right? And that's what it should look like. Everything is untouched so far. Nothing has been deforested. And so right here, you're going to go to 14. Let's make this one right here. And the instructions ask for year 5. 1,080 trees were deforested, right? So this next one right here is going to be year 5. And what you can do is just highlight these cells right here, right click on it, and then copy, and then bring it down. If you don't want to do all that, you can just go back to what we did and insert, and then just do table, and then just do all the squares, right? So paste it, or if you don't have a mouse, do Control V. Control C copies it, Control V pastes it, right? So now we have, and we can bring this down right here again, because we're going to be using this right here. And let me just put a space and then paste it. All right, so now it's just asking out of those 4,500 trees. So let's go down here and just do a little bit of math. So this was a 4,500 trees. Now you're basically going to subtract, I believe the number was 1,080. So yeah, right here, 1,080 was the number, and that's what we're going to put. And so we'll come over here and minus 1,080 trees. All right, and that equals 3,420. So we got 3,420, but now we want to make sure that we are dividing it by the number of trees, right, per cell, right, per the little squares. And so 3,420, let me just put that down here, 3,420 divided by 180. And that gives us 19, right? So this 19 number right here is basically saying you have 19 of these little squares left that are left untouched, right? So if these are by fives, you can go 5, 10, 15, and then we need 4 more of these to make 19, right? So what we're going to do is basically those are all still good, right? So those right there will be left untouched, that light gray. But now we need to make in dark gray everything that is gone, right? So this is gone right here. So we'll put that in this darker gray color. And then those 1, 2, 3, 4 gone. And then so just this square right here, this cell, right? And so this is what it's showing right here, is that these darker colors right here have been deforested, right? And so now you just got to go ahead and do that again with the year, and the next year right here saying, go ahead and do year 10. So you'll do something very similar to what we did, but just go ahead and do it for year 10. All right, so now I'm going to skip ahead to part C where it says simulate reforestation. So it says the government has a plan to limit the effects of deforestation. It involves planting new trees to replace some of the larger trees chopped down by deforestation. In year 5, 540 new trees will be planted. In year 10, 900 additional new trees will be planted. Figure out how many blocks of the deforested regions will be restored in the years 5 and year 10 grids. Choose a new color for the blocks that represent the reforested regions, and make adjustments to your grid. Then use the insert image to, I don't think there is an insert image button. So that's why we're doing it this way right here. And so right here, what we're going to want to do is, so again, do the other one, and then I'm going to skip to part C, right? So right here, let me just go down here. Let me go to the next sheet right here, and we'll just do part C. Oops. And we'll start here with year 5. And then you can copy and paste the grid, or again, you can just go here, insert table, and then just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the number right there says 5 by 5, and then you just click right here, and that brings the table down. All right. And so we had, and you know what, let me, I'm going to do Control Z to erase this. And let me just bring down this table right here from year 5, right? Because we're going to be using this anyways. And so I'm just going to highlight everything, copy it, or again, you can do Control C if you don't have a mouse. And then let me bring it right here, and then Control V will paste it. All right. So, and this part right here, I'll bring this down here and put a space right there, and then Control V to paste it. All right, the next thing we're going to have to do is, because we're reforesting it, it's saying that you're going to have to add a different color to show which cells have which little squares. Whenever I say cells, I'm talking about the little squares in there, which ones have been reforested. And so let's choose green for this color. And let's just say right here, reforested. All right. So then it is telling you here that in year 5, they're going to have 540 new trees will be planted, right? So what do you do with that number, 540? What we're going to do with that number right here is go 540 divided by 180, right? Because those are the blocks right here, the little squares, how many trees are in there. So this equals, and so 3, right? So how many have been reforested? 3 of these little squares have been reforested. So let me go ahead and choose 3 of these. Let's see, we'll do this one, and this one. And these right here, we're going to go to the 3 dots again. It's that little paint bucket. And then let's turn these as bright green color right here. And so those 3 right here have been reforested, right? And then you'll do something similar like that for the next part of part C. I think the next part asks you for year 10. In year 10, 900 additional trees. So you just do the same thing, right? 900 divided by the 180, and whatever you get, right? That's how many cells you are going to turn. I turned mine green. You can turn yours whatever color. Just make sure you put the color here. All right. And then when you're done with that, instead of doing it through Edmentum, you can just go here, go to share. It says to name it before. Actually, what I like to, So right here, just start putting my name, and you'll see that it comes up. This one right here that has my little emoji, click on there, and then just hit send. And that's how you'll share it with me. So complete the whole thing first and then just share it with me, and then I should be able to see it, and you don't have to do this part through Edmentum.